I ain't having none. Spice tonight. Jill, what's in your cup?
Water.
Oh.
Sink water.
I was going to say, oh, tap water.
Welcome. This is our Tuesday night segment of In the Know, where we talk about what's going on around us and what is happening right here in our own community. So please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and stay with us as we continue to keep you in the know. It's a lot going on right now, and we're back.
Yes,
we're back in our home seats.
Yep.
Happy to be here. Happy to have you with us. We're just
Speak for yourself, Jill. I was chilling out there, so I kind of, was loving it.
It was a little laid back and comfy out there.
Now I feel like I got to make sure my posture right.
Yeah, sit up straight. Shoulder square.
Yeah. Listen, I just want to say y'all looking good. Y'all looking good.
And you only have to see half of us up here, so you're welcome for that. We're going to get right into it. We're going to talk about another cartoon. This seems to be something that we've spoken quite a bit about, really, in the last several months.
Right.
But this time it's Superman. So I'm sure that we have all, or our children have watched Superman, the movie, the cartoon, over the years.
Yeah.
A new Superman, DC Comics, which is a popular, I'm not into comics, but I do know that it's quite popular.
Yes.
So the series Superman has a new Superman. We're going to talk a little bit about that. This new Superman has a relationship with a gentleman. So basically, DC Comics is coming out and saying Superman is also coming out. Tom Taylor, who happens to write the series, actually said that they are doing this to promote diversity, to address social situations, and I quote him. He says, the idea of replacing Superman with another straight white savior felt like a missed opportunity. The new Superman has to have new fights and new problems. We are embracing diversity and we are exploring a new social realm.
So
man. Okay, go ahead, E. Go ahead.
Since he said all that, why can't he just be a black man?
Well, let me get
on
that.
Oh,
Funny you should say that. Funny you should say that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Now, a few months ago, I don't know if you ladies follow comic books and cartoons or things such as that, but I'm an avid comic book follower. A few months ago, Michael B. Jordan put out that he wanted to be the next Superman. He was going to be the first black Superman. There was an uproar.
I like
People
that.
were saying Superman is an institution. Leave him like he is. Don't mess with something that's been for these many years. Don't go changing stuff. Leave stuff like it is.
I was going to add that. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, but I got a question, and I'm with you on E. So it's more acceptable for Superman to be bisexual than it is for him to be black?
I wouldn't say it's more acceptable.
Yeah, it is.
But
Yes, it is.
the writer of this story feels like it would draw more attention and make more money.
It would draw more attention if Superman was black.
Now
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man is black.
Spider-Man.
One of them.
All I'm saying is
black.
think about who's going to be supporting this Superman.
It doesn't
The
matter.
LGBT
She gave me the letter. That's a nice segue.
plus.
That's a nice segue.
That's a whole lot of people supporting.
Okay, so just because them people want to support, don't mean black people want to support if he was a black man.
Black.
Hold on, here's the funny part about it. If you look at Black Panther, it was
one of Marvel's top grossing movies.
So you telling me a brother can't be a Man of Steel?
Yeah.
But you'd rather have a bisexual.
Yeah. Brother already a Man of Steel. He don't need a cake.
We're talking about.
We're talking about the character,
Oh,
Doug.
okay.
I mean, get your mind.
Got you. I'm back.
So you telling me it's more important for them to have a bisexual Superman than a black one? I thought Superman's supposed to be the Man of Steel.
I got a
Don't
solution
think
for
that.
this.
Listen, you must didn't see Brokeback Mountain because those men those steel men, cowboy riding.
Yeah.
Some almost said something.
Well, I'm just saying.
Almost said
I'm just saying, and you
something.
know, when you start thinking about that NFL, I mean, you can't go by
Yes,
that.
it- well, yes, it
Now you
can.
know how many strong men are.
Well,
listen here.
Okay, come
Once
on.
again,
What you got to say?
go ahead, Clarence.
What you got?
I only got one thing to say. I figured out a solution because we're not gonna get justice anyway. So I figured out a solution.
No.
The LGBT.
Cute.
I think we need to
You
change.
did you
Hold,
even cute?
hold on. I think we should change the B from bisexual to black because that's the only way we gonna
Oh.
get justice.
What,
We
the
gotta
strippers
join that.
in there?
No, I think we should change bisexual to black so we can be included and we can get that justice
Oh.
and we can get that rights that every one of them get. I think they should change the
Come
B.
on here, black sexual.
Black
sexual.
There you go. You know.
Hit
Oh
me
my
one more time.
gosh.
I
Come on
think
here.
that B should be for black because that's the only way we gonna get
Put
one.
women in there. Can we get a W?
LG black
I don't want
PQ
another I don't-
W.
Okay, do we have any vowels?
But
But I'm just
Clarence,
saying. I'm just saying.
Just kidding.
Hey.
Y'all gonna get in trouble. Y'all better
Hey,
listen.
Clarence.
Y'all,
listening, but I'm
but
just
y'all
saying,
haven't
how can
learned
we-
anything from
How
Dave.
can, no, how can we get justice if they keep, overlooking us and saying we
got
can't
you.
do that? So I'm just saying the only way we got to join that movement. We got to
Yo,
change that
keep
B
on trying to join the movement.
We
You're
gotta
gonna be
change
like
that beat.
Dave Chappelle.
to black.
Oh, Dave Chapelle.
Oh.
He's killing it.
Did I say I love Jay? I
killing
love me some DC.
I mean, I wish he would have. Did you see his comedy, The Closer?
I did.
I did.
Watched it from start
It's
to finish.
hilarious.
It's
It is
hilarious.
awesome.
But here's the funny part about it. What he just said, David Chappelle said the same thing.
He absolutely did.
He
Yeah,
said
he
the
did.
same exact thing.
Yeah.
So you want to get mad at a person that cracks on everybody? He don't care who you is.
Right.
Yeah.
He holds no bars on. This dude crack on handicapped people. Come
Right.
on.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm glad you
Yeah.
said that because I did sit down to watch it from start to finish. Since we were going to discuss it, I wanted to be well versed. So in the first 3 minutes and 12 seconds, he makes fun of homeless people, Detroit, COVID, molestation, preachers, black people, Asians, Asian attacks, AIDS, racism, white people, Magic Johnson, Jews, colorism, police brutality, and slavery.
Space Jews.
Right
That was
off the
funny.
bat.
It was
Space
hilarious.
Jews.
Right off the bat.
So that was the first 3 minutes
Absolutely.
of his show.
Absolutely. Boom,
So-
right off the gate.
Within his first 3 minutes, he made jokes about all those people, and when they talked about the
Off limits.
The off limits people,
what
the
do they call it?
LGBT
Yeah.
community.
I was
Them
trying to
people.
tell him what the name.
them people, they get feelings hurt.
Yes.
So we gotta watch for their feelings.
Yeah.
Can you watch?
Tread lightly. Tread lightly.
Well,
I don't care. Then can you watch for my feelings?
Tread lightly.
well,
I ain't treading like that.
I still got to go
I'm
with.
not.
I still got to go with what we said.
What you say?
Can we put the black in that B? Because here's what Dave Chappelle said. He said, and this is true. Google it. I knew this. I'm a music person, so I knew this for a while. The Baby, which is a rapper, The Baby, about 3 years ago, killed the guy in Walmart. Shot and killed the guy in Walmart.
Yes.
Before he was trying to be a gimmick and trying to, blow up, he wasn't getting anywhere. Unfortunately, it was a self-defense. So I'm not going to say he maliciously murdered anybody, but he shot and killed a man in Walmart that was trying to rob him. His career kind of blossomed. Dave Chappelle said, The Baby killed a man in Walmart. His exact words was, Google it. He didn't say a man. He said
the
the
word.
N-word.
Mhm.
He said,
A ninja. Gotcha.
yeah, he said, he killed him in Walmart. He said, Google it. It's a fact.
Mm.
He said, nothing happened to his career then.
Right. They didn't cancel him then.
They didn't cancel it then.
Mhm.
Joe didn't.
He said, in America, it's okay to kill a ninja,
Mhm.
but you can't hurt a gay person's feelings.
Yeah.
That's why I say we need to put that B in those alphabets as black. That's the only way we're going to get seen and get justice.
Only
Yeah.
way.
I agree.
Only
It-
way.
It kind of seems that way anymore.
Well,
It
we're gonna
really
get us
does.
some shirts. We're gonna
And-
start it. The movement, Black Sexual. Jill and you, we want you to wear one too.
I do-
Black Sexual. Support us, baby. Support us, baby. Okay, come on.
So, I do also want to bring this up. If you did watch the whole thing from start to finish, which many people who are judging never watch the whole thing, nor do they read an article. They just go off of what
Somebody
their
else said.
cousin says.
Mhm.
But as we said, we did watch the whole thing, and many people did. So if you watched it all the way through, you would see that Dave Chappelle actually had a very good friend who was trans.
Right.
The friend stuck up for him a while back, saying he was a good person. This is
Right.
a comedy skit. The trans community attacked this woman, Daphne, so horribly that she ended up committing suicide. David Chapelle found out she had a daughter, reached out, opened the daughter a trust fund, is willing and ready to give the daughter the money when the daughter turns 21. This is not a hateful man. Part of the thing is nobody can see past the verbiage to look any deeper. Something he said that stuck out to me that was huge. He said, I am jealous of the gay community because of how they have come together and have made so much progress. And that's something that we have talked about sitting up here. So if you actually pay attention and get past the hurt feelings and the whole first paragraph of people that could have been offended, he said there was an ugly white woman because she was white. I laughed hysterically. I'm white. Hello. I mean, where is it going to end?
I know.
Well,
that's right.
And with that, I got this community. And I'm going to say this. I'm going to say the political movement of the LBGT, because we got to recognize it as a political movement. It is. Now, I'm not going to say every gay person supports what goes on in the LBGT movement. I'm not going to say that. Just like every black person doesn't support Black Lives Matter, and not every white person support the KKK. What I'm saying is, I don't believe, so I'm not going to include the community. I'm going to say the movement. The LBGT movement and those supporters, they are talking about them being bullied and their feelings hurt. And he said these same people bullied this lady until she committed suicide.
Right.
The same people. But now we supporting Dave Chapelle. We're going to get a lot of, oh, y'all support hate mongering and all of this. We're going to hear. But how are you going to bully and then you throwing rocks and hiding your hands? Plus, you want to cancel these people that this is their living. He's a comedian. He tells jokes. This is his living. So you want to cut off all his resources and revenue. He got a family to feed.
That's right. But so far, Netflix is not against.
They're standing with.
I was going to say they're standing with him, and I think that's a good move for.
They actually fired a trans person.
Yes.
That was up against.
Yeah.
I mean,
so
they suspended three of their.
The presidents or executives, something like that. Netflix,
so good for Netflix.
Right.
Got to know when to fall back.
Right.
So if they try to cancel us, we going to Netflix.
That's what I was going to say. Please don't cancel us.
Netflix, here we come.
Here we come.
Speaking of cancellation, Southwest Airlines have canceled over 2,400 flights since Saturday. So at first they were citing staff issues, a sickness, because people are always sick in October. And there was a rumor that some of the air traffic controllers from the FAA had walked off.
That's not a rumor.
Funny enough, just last week, Southwest actually, I quote, and said, "We stand with President Biden." So basically, I do think that some of the employees have walked off.
Well, I
called
told
in
y'all,
sick.
and I mentioned that last week, I believe. I mentioned how the COVID, the vaccine, and all of that, was affecting the airlines, and that some pilots and people weren't thinking. You can't replace a pilot as easy as you can. Right. Let's just say if it was somebody that take out the trash.
Right.
And a lot of times they weren't thinking, and so you let these people go, and then this is happening. Yes. But Southwest is trying to deny that, so they don't want to talk right now to the media.
At all.
I wonder why. They're going to lose billions of dollars.
They're covering stuff up, but so they've been kind of going back and forth, and that's one of the things. But another truth is that Southwest was suffering from employee shortages anyway, even before COVID. And so that just kind of magnified the situation. And then now, okay, it is what it is. How many people are suffering from shortage of employees?
Right.
And then they don't want to take the blame for not having their people in the right position. And so that caused a lot of problems. So you got people sitting in that airport or standing in line 3 hours for nothing. Yeah. So I'm surprised they haven't had a whole lot of fights.
One day in one city or in two cities, Southwest canceled 246 flights in one day. 246 flights in one day.
Now, what would you do when you sitting there? Because I heard some people say they were partnering up.
They were irate.
Cars, spending $450 trying to make it from point A to B. So, I'm thinking about that. You know how many people needed to be home the next day, etc. And, so hopefully those jobs, are lenient.
Yeah.
And,
but, I agree with something you said, Doc V. Send me a substitute history teacher. Don't send me a substitute pilot.
Right.
I'm just saying.
I'm with you on that one. I take a substitute history teacher, but you're just doing this every 4 days a week.
Yes.
I know.
This gonna make Christmas.
I'm flying the first
make Christmas and the holidays.
Yes.
Real wild.
Yeah, because I don't think this is the first airlines that we're going to see. I mean, this is just.
I
all
was just
gonna
saying, I
trickle
think this
down.
is the
It's all gonna
beginning
fall
of,
apart.
of this. Yeah.
See, I'll get ready to book a ticket to Atlanta for the
Book
holidays.
it. You can probably get it for $50.
I mean,
But you're gonna be 4 days after the holiday.
I was just right there. Make sure you take 2 weeks off.
You're gonna be
Look,
here for Thanksgiving
yeah,
dinner.
That's why I said take 2 weeks off for a 3-day trip.
Yeah, you're gonna be 4 days late getting there.
It kind of makes me nervous if I'm getting in an airplane and I got my little cousin Pookie there.
Yeah.
You got a 9-year-old pilot in the
Yeah,
plane.
hopefully they get it
Soul
together.
plane? You see Meth and Snoop getting on the plane.
I'm cool.
Wow. Ooh.
Oh,
Don't even
anyways.
mention Soul Plane.
Speaking of mandates and traveling, let's talk about Texas. It seems like Texas has been in our last several conversations. They got a lot going on over in Texas.
Yes.
It's crazy. Texas. Now, Texas is a strange state. They talk out both sides of their necks. Now, Texas is.
They about to get you.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right.
Come on,
Don't
get
nobody
it.
know me in Texas.
Yeah,
But here's
You now.
They do not. But here's the issue. Now they're saying that you have the right to choose to get the vaccination. Your employer cannot make you get the vaccination. They're fighting a federal ban. They don't believe that the president can make anybody get the vaccination, right? But ain't this the same state 3 weeks ago that said women can't have abortions?
Did you say right to what? Can you repeat
You have
that?
the right to choose.
Okay, so the right to choose for the
Right.
vaccination, but
Right.
not the right to choose
choose.
for. I'm just
Yeah.
confused.
I'm just confused.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was the only one. So
Well,
if you have the
Not
right
this
to choose one and it's a health issue, why don't you have the right to choose another and it's a health issue?
He's right.
I agree.
He's right.
But hey, you don't have to take the vaccine,
Don't.
but you can't get rid of a baby. Great state of Texas.
Uh-huh.
Look at it. Look at it. Why y'all quiet? I'm
Yeah.
just saying. Come on.
Can we just take a moment and
I
recognize
have a
Clarence's
visual.
tie?
I have a visual about Texas, but since we gonna go over to the tie,
Clarence,
I love it. I love it. It's pink.
Yes,
I need to
yes.
borrow that.
Yes, yes. Well, it's about breast cancer month, and we were.
Don't tell me that's the only time you wear pink.
No.
Okay, because
no,
you look amazing in
No,
it.
but
That's
it's
the only
in,
time I wear it.
it's in recognition of breast cancer.
That is so nice.
We know there's a lot of people that have been affected and being affected with breast cancer right now, and it's the month of awareness. And I think the walk is this Sunday, or was it last Sunday?
I think it's this Sunday.
It's this Sunday. I believe the walk is this Sunday. So,
Mhm.
I mean, it's a good cause. I mean,
Mhm.
sooner or later, we're all going to encounter somebody that has been affected by
I
breast
believe.
cancer.
I was gonna say I believe maybe we have already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most
Right,
people.
right.
So
Yeah.
if
I believe
and,
so.
and believe it
Mhm.
or not, men can get breast cancer.
I know.
Yeah.
1 out of 800 or something like that, Dr.
833.
Well, I mean, my
833
sister
look at
had
you.
breast cancer, so I rocks my hoodie, my pink hoodie,
Yeah.
hard during this month because of her.
That's good. And you
That's
know
good.
what? One of the things, and I know we always focus on breast cancer, but there's so many different types of cancers
Mhm.
that you can get. And so, one of the things that, and so you have to pay attention to your bodies.
Yes.
So one of the things I was thinking about earlier, just thinking about cancer, the moles that we have on our bodies. And a lot of times we have moles on parts of our bodies that we can't see.
Mhm.
And so the moles tell a story. So just to say real quick, if you have a mole and it's changing,
Mhm.
you might want to have that checked.
Yeah.
So if it's changing and you think about it's so many ways, but I'll say real quick. So there's A, B, C, D, E, these ways that you are supposed to look at. And so just real quick, looking at the balance, the asymmetry, the border, the color,
Mhm.
the diameter, things like that. So there's so many different things, and whether it's elevated. So I know for me, I have one on my shoulder that keeps transforming and changing. And so even the shade, if it's two-toned. So, so little things like that, because a lot of times we always think breast cancer,
Right.
but we know that cancer can hit you in so many different
Yeah.
areas.
And
So
it's
pay
funny-
attention to your moles.
It's funny you talk about the moles. My mother,
Yeah.
she died of cancer, but it started out on her toe, a
Mm.
mole on her toe. It
Yeah.
started out as a melanoma, but
Yes.
it metastasized and spread through all her body.
That's
But
right.
it's funny
Yeah.
that you say that with the
I
moles.
just
So,
say that
yeah.
because that's a little tiny thing that can turn into a big.
Right. If
You
we
know.
overlook it, we
Yes.
overlook it and then keep overlooking it until
Absolutely.
Yeah.
it's, too much to
Too late.
overlook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So absolutely.
Yeah.
Get yourself checked out. That's the best thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
the best thing.
Yeah,
to do.
men,
Yeah.
women.
Men, women,
everyone.
children. I
'Cause
mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
one of the biggest killers for black men is prostate.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the test is one of the biggest killers for black
Stop
people.
it. Don't let him go down that road.
All right, so we're not going to go there. We're going to move on to sports.
Yes. Oh, sports. Dallas
Sports.
is doing good. Yay, Dallas.
You really know how to take the air out of a room.
You
Really?
know what? Why so hard on Dallas? I don't get it.
We don't like Dallas.
I love Dallas.
We hate Dallas.
Okay.
They suck.
That's my dad's team.
I
love
like.
it.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I
like.
respect
I like
for your
Dallas.
dad. I won't say you suck that.
That's right.
So the Raiders are in the news a little, just a
Ooh.
little bit.
Is it the
Mm.
Raiders?
Is it? Yeah, that's
The
what I'm
coach.
saying.
Is it?
The
I
okay.
think it's more the coach than it is
Yeah.
the Raiders.
With the
Somebody's-
ex-coach.
Somebody's in trouble.
Yeah.
Go ahead, E.
They in
Well,
trouble.
you know, John Gruden. Somebody got into his emails, and
Those
he was
emails.
talking a little reckless in his emails, and
A little.
yeah, a little reckless. But I mean, if you think about it, it happened in 2011,
Mm-hmm.
and now it's coming back to bite him 10 years later.
That boomerang.
And it's crazy because he was penalized for it 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's getting repenalized. It's like double jeopardy.
No,
Yeah.
I
really.
understand some of the stuff he said was a little, was far fetched. It was,
Mhm.
but at the end of the day, if you've been punished for it once, why is
All
he?
right, so you saying somebody should be forgiving? Yeah.
I mean, that's what the Bible
So
says.
he's already paid for it, basically.
I mean, you got to forgive and forget. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, hey, it is what it is.
And so he's saying he's not that same guy.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna tell you like this,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna just be quite honest. And
He messed up though.
he messed up. He apologized for it. This is another example of somebody's feelings being hurt.
Yeah. Well, I got a different point of view. And you say he's not the same guy. Well, if y'all
He
have been,
said.
well, he said he's not the same guy, but if y'all have been watching some of the commentary, and one of the people that spoke was Keyshawn Johnson.
Mhm.
Keyshawn Johnson actually won a Super Bowl with this
I was going to
man.
say he used to play for him.
Yeah, he won a
Yes.
Super Bowl with this man. But Keyshawn said 20 years ago, he was saying the same things, and he was telling people how bad of a person John Gruden was. But everybody blamed it on Keyshawn. He's not a team player. He's a prima donna and all this. But Keyshawn was saying, no, y'all blame the problem on me. Now it's coming back to light. I do believe what is done in the dark comes to the light. I
Correct.
do believe in that. And I do believe that for what he said, he should be punished. But here's where my dilemma lies. This man had a private conversation with somebody. It was not made public. It was not the issue where Kevin Hart a couple of years ago tweeted something publicly and the Oscars came after him about 9 or 10 years later. This was a private conversation. His private conversation was leaked. So his privacy was invaded. Now, what he said wrong? Absolutely.
Correct.
Should he have said it? No. Should he be punished? Yes. But
Who punished a person?
punish a person
that
that violated.
actually, yeah.
Yes.
Because how many things have people said? How many things have we said that you don't
Right.
want other people to
Well,
Right.
hear or
and it
know
goes-
about?
Go ahead, go ahead.
It goes back to, how we always talk about freedom of speech. So freedom
At
of
what
speech
cost?
is freedom of speech, but you cannot be free of the consequences of your speech. So does that
Mhm.
apply in a private conversation?
But
Does
here-
it only apply
But
when you're on a
here's the
public
other
platform?
part. Here's the other part about that. They're letting all John Gruden stuff out, but they're not letting the Washington
Football team.
football team where the conversation that
He
was
the president of GM, right?
yeah, he was the president. They're not leaking none of his stuff,
Mhm.
but they find the Washington football team. But at the end of the day, they're only leaking out John Gruden's
Mhm.
Right.
stuff.
And
They're
it
not
was,
leaking the
so
other
I was
side.
going to say, so other people were involved.
Yes.
Was
yeah.
it who is it? The owner of Hooters too was in there.
He might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll come out later. So
Yeah,
there's some
I'm
other
just
stuff.
saying. I'm just saying. But then if you look at it, there's been some more because he talked about Biden. He called Biden.
Yeah.
Very. Yeah. You know.
Yeah. He went
He,
in.
he was saying
He called him
some
a
bad
cat,
stuff.
but
I was
he-
going to say
he called him a cat.
he was
but,
using the
you know,
P-phone.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
called him a
he
cat.
went
but,
in
you
on
know,
it.
you understand.
Yeah.
Why you all embarrassed? You
But
know?
we-
But you know, I'm gonna put it like this. I bet you that was the one
that was the
that
one.
that got it.
that
got
got
him.
him.
Probably.
That was the
Probably.
one.
It probably
That was-
was.
Everything else there was probably saying that a boy,
That's not a big deal.
that a boy, that a
Right.
boy. But that one, that one right there,
Oh wow.
pulled him
Yeah,
out.
that's
Yeah,
just
that's
too
crazy.
bad.
but
We're going to
yeah.
keep with sports and talk a little bit about the NBA.
Well, man, do y'all understand the development of NBA? When we were just talking about the vaccine in Texas, do you have the choice to take the vaccine or do you have not? The NBA told Kyrie, the Brooklyn Nets told Kyrie Irving that he could not play until he got vaccinated. as of I think 3:00 today, Kyrie Irving said, "Okay, cool, I retire."
Right.
Hey, I ain't mad at him.
Wow.
If
Right.
he felt
That's
that.
what I'm gonna do. You just gave me the answer to my problem.
You
Well,
just
I
gonna
mean,
say, "I
if
retire."
he felt that strong about not
Wow.
taking this
Really?
vaccine.
Yes.
He said, "Okay, if you think you're gonna force me to take
That's
this
good.
vaccine, hey, I quit the game." And honestly, they don't think it's gonna hurt the game, but that will hurt the game
It
because
will.
that man. I mean, he had a lot of
I
followers.
like you.
It will.
Now, I'm not a Kyrie fan. I'm not.
I like
I'm not.
you.
I'm not. And it's not personal. He just never played for the Pacers, so I'm not a Kyrie fan. Okay.
Mhm.
And I'm glad.
But here's what I'm saying. I respect the man for his values,
Mhm.
for standing
Exactly.
up for
Right.
what he believes in.
Mhm.
I think, a lot more of us have to do that. It's too many times we placate and we surrender to, slavery. Let's be
Yeah.
real. Whatever it's holding us, and I know there's white people in the NBA. I'm not compared, but I'm thinking they're holding something over you and think that's that master over you, and you can't survive without that. Kyrie said, "Watch me, watch me."
Right. I read an article today on it, actually this afternoon, and I was kind of going through the comments and seeing all the different perspectives. And just like you said, many people were saying, I'm glad that he stood up. That's huge. Other people were saying, well, he's a coward. And those are the same people that are saying the nurses and everybody that aren't taking the shots are just throwing their lives away for a simple shot. I mean, it's all about perspective.
But wasn't these nurses praised last year for
When there
working
was no vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, is at what cost of your life? I mean, why are they pushing this vaccine so strongly and so heavily? And then when somebody push back, they're the enemy. I mean, you have to look at it.
And it's very scary. I mean, I think every week so far we've reported on something, whether it be a hospital no longer delivering babies, whether it be the airplane, people can't fly. I mean, there's going to be something. This is going to keep going.
But I mean, the more you keep America scared, the more I can control you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just that
100%.
That's true.
Well, when you talk about America being scared, let me just say this. So before we close out, and this is serious. So to people, to parents, to adults, male, female, whoever, especially if you have children, the young lady that had the child that got into the medication, remember she had 2 children.
Yes, I just read.
Saw
So
that
you
today.
talking about, I'm just saying her whole life has changed, facing 4 felonies. One child died,
Yes.
the other one was overdosed. Do you know how many times I've been at people's houses and I see medication, prescription meds out?
Right.
And so I just want to send that warning out there. Your life can change just like that because you left your medication out. You need to put your medication away and keep people safe. In the same way that happens with medication, we know of stories where it has happened with guns.
Mm-hmm.
And so the adult has to be the adult and protect the child.
That's so
Yeah,
true.
we're hearing
that
way
true?
too much about that too. Just
Absolutely.
loss of children to violence or just to,
Yes.
just like you
and so
said.
just imagine being that parent and
Right.
what has happened,
Right. Right.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
before we close though, my prediction will come to light.
your prediction.
Snyder will win
Snyder.
SAC.
You heard it here.
Yes.
I'm telling you.
You heard it
They
here.
Yeah.
finna smash Lures this weekend. Hey,
You going to the game?
I go to all the games.
Okay.
My nephews play, so you
Nice.
know I'm holding them down.
You know, Lewis is
Nice.
a 10-point favorite, right?
Man.
Yay.
Dwayne was too last
I'm
week.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Dwayne was too last week. Come on.
Lewis and Dwayne too.
What you want to do? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Yo,
Hey, talk to me.
your
What you want to
pockets ain't
do?
long enough.
Talk to me.
I don't know. He might be getting some of that child tax. You know, some checks
I
rolling
wish
out.
I
I
was.
wish I was too.
I'm mad.
Y'all, them checks
I don't
coming.
even
Y'all better
like
be
my
watching.
children, but right now, I just need a couple of children to get some of that money.
I'm just saying,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
the
Clarence,
checks rolling. They already
Clarence.
said September,
Wow.
October,
I got
November. They're
one-
going to
I
keep
got one
going.
called me last week. I need, and the other one just said, "No, you gave
That's
her
right.
some money last
They
week. Now
watching.
you got to give me some. Come on, nah, hey, I need to start a GoFundMe account.
No.
See, you know what the problem was? E? You showed your kids you liked them. My kids, I didn't like them. So they didn't like
Well, I'm
them.
sorry. You know something? I ain't show them I liked them. I showed them I loved them.
I
It's a
loved them.
difference.
I just didn't like them.
Nah, bro.
I
Clarence.
loved them.
I can't
Clarence.
I
have one
loved them,
without
but
the
I
other.
just didn't like them.
We're going to end on a local note. something actually that is very interesting that has been talked about in Fort Wayne. I don't know if you've heard about it or not, but Clarence is going to.
You know, this is an amazing story, and it's happy and it's sad all in the same mixture, because we hear about missing kids all day, every day, and some are never found, some are never located.
Yeah.
This young lady here in Fort Wayne, her name is Brittany Renee Williams. Apparently, she believes, and she says she has DNA evidence that she is a child that went missing 21 years ago out of Virginia, I believe it was. She grew up in Columbus, Ohio. She was adopted, and she grew up in Columbus, Ohio, and she moved to Fort Wayne a little over a year ago. But somewhere during that transition, she did an ancestry or something, and she found out, and she has evidence that says she's this missing child that has been missing for 21 years. So, you know, I can't imagine, you know, just being taken and then, you know, living a life that somebody else, and now you got to really find out who you are. I mean, it's crazy. I'm happy for her, but it's a sad story overall.
It is. It's sad, but you're right.
And you don't hear it very often. I mean, that's
good.
Something's crazy. We'll have to follow that.
Yes.
Thank you for being here with us. I do want you to join us tomorrow. Tomorrow marks the 333rd day that your president has been in office. So we are going to grade, Neutral Voices is going to grade President Biden's performance thus far. So join us tomorrow at 8:30. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and stay with us.
Go play that number.
Go play that number.
No, what number? Is it
333.
Oh. No, not again.
I can